Who was Saladin, the man who became the nemesis of the Crusaders and the savior of Islam in the 12th century? Let's travel back in time to the 12th century to the city of Tikrit in modern-day Iraq. Here, in the year 1137, a boy named Yusuf was born into a Kurdish family. Little did the world know this child would grow to become Saladin, a name that would echo through the annals of history. Raised under the watchful eye of his uncle Shirkuh, a commander of the Zengid dynasty, young Saladin was introduced to the intricate world of politics and warfare at an early age. His life was not one of silks and jewels, but of steel and strategy. In the year 1169, destiny knocked on Saladin's door. His uncle Shirkuh passed away, leaving the position of vizier of Egypt vacant. Stepping into his uncle's shoes, Saladin became the vizier of Egypt, a position that marked the start of his rise to power. Despite being a foreigner in a land of ancient traditions, Saladin was quick to win the hearts of the Egyptians. His leadership was not about tyranny or fear. Instead, he led with justice, wisdom, and an understanding of the people he governed. In a world where power was often seized with force and bloodshed, Saladin's rise was a testament to his innovative leadership skills and diplomatic acumen. He transformed the political landscape of Egypt, uniting the divided factions under a single banner. His rule was marked by stability and growth, a rare feat in the turbulent times of the 12th century. Saladin, a man of humble origins, was now poised to become one of the most influential figures of the Middle Ages. His story is not just a tale of a powerful ruler, but also a lesson in leadership, resilience, and the pursuit of a greater cause. And as we delve deeper into his life, we'll uncover the enigma of Saladin, a man who became a legend in his own right. Saladin, a man of humble origins, was now poised to become one of the most influential figures of the Middle Ages. But how did Saladin, a humble vizier, manage to wage war against the mighty Crusaders? Well, Saladin's strategies were far from ordinary. He went beyond the conventional battlefield tactics of his time, blending diplomacy, psychological warfare, and military prowess in a unique mix that left his enemies baffled. Firstly, let's delve into his use of diplomacy. Saladin was a master negotiator, often bypassing unnecessary bloodshed through shrewd diplomacy. He would propose peace treaties, negotiate ransoms, and even form alliances with his enemies. His diplomatic approach was a testament to his belief in the power of words over the sword. Next, let's talk about his psychological warfare. Saladin was a mastermind at manipulating the morale and mindset of his enemies. He would use misinformation, feigned retreats, and surprise attacks to keep his opponents on their toes. His ability to sow doubt and fear in the hearts of his enemies was as effective as any physical weapon. But Saladin's strategies went beyond the battlefield. He had an uncanny ability to unite various Muslim factions under his banner. Despite the deep-seated rivalries and differences among these groups, Saladin managed to bring them together with a common goal: to reclaim Jerusalem. His leadership was marked by respect and tolerance, earning him the loyalty of his troops and the admiration of his enemies. Moreover, Saladin was known for his chivalrous conduct and respect for his enemies. Stories of his just treatment of prisoners, his refusal to harm women, children, and non-combatants, and his generosity even towards his foes are legendary. This respect was not a sign of weakness, but a strategic move to win the hearts and minds of his enemies, turning potential threats into allies. In conclusion, Saladin's strategies were not solely about the clashing of swords. They were about winning hearts and minds. His tactics were a blend of diplomacy, psychological warfare, and respect for his enemies, all underpinned by his unyielding resolve to unite the Muslim world. The stage was set for Saladin's greatest victories, but what were they? Let's delve into the annals of history to uncover the glory days of Saladin, a period marked by stunning triumphs that forever etched his name in the chronicles of time. The first of these victories was the Battle of Hattin, fought in the scorching heat of July in the year 1187. Here, Saladin masterfully led his troops against a powerful Crusader army, employing his brilliant military tactics to outmaneuver and ultimately decimate his adversaries. The victory at Hattin was not just a military success, but a strategic masterstroke that unlocked the path to Jerusalem, the coveted holy city. But the recapture of Jerusalem was more than just another notch on his belt. It was a demonstration of Saladin's extraordinary character. When he entered the city in October of the same year, instead of the expected massacre, Saladin chose mercy. He spared the lives of the city's inhabitants, a decision that demonstrated an unprecedented level of chivalry and compassion in an era defined by bloodshed. This act of mercy resonated throughout the ages, painting a picture of Saladin not just as a formidable warrior but also as a benevolent leader. These victories, coupled with his unique approach to warfare, propelled Saladin to legendary status. His triumphs were not merely military accomplishments, they were a testament to his strategic prowess, his courage, his unwavering faith, and his profound sense of justice. Saladin was a warrior who fought not for personal glory but for a cause he believed in. His victories were punctuated by his humbleness and humanity, characteristics rarely seen amongst conquerors of his time. Saladin's glory days were not defined by the battles he won, but by the way he won them. His triumphs were a reflection of his character, a blend of military genius, chivalry, and mercy. He was a conqueror who knew when to unsheath his sword and when to extend a hand of peace. And so Saladin, through his victories and mercy, became a legend in his own time. His story continues to inspire, reminding us that true victory lies not in conquest but in the grace of our actions. Yet even legends face defeat. What was Saladin's biggest loss? In the grand tapestry of Saladin's life, one thread stands out, a dark mark on an otherwise illustrious career. This was the failed siege of Tyre, a fortified city in the Levant, crucial for its strategic location and for the prestige it held among the Crusaders. In 1187, buoyed by the momentum of his recent victories, Saladin marched his troops towards Tyre, expecting to add another feather to his cap. However, Tyre proved to be a formidable adversary. Its robust defenses and the spirited resistance of the inhabitants, led by the formidable Conrad of Montferrat, were more than Saladin had anticipated. Despite a prolonged and relentless siege, Saladin was unable to penetrate Tyre's defenses. His failure to seize Tyre was a significant setback, a rare blip in a series of otherwise successful campaigns. But Tyre wasn't his only loss. Despite his numerous victories, Saladin was unable to completely drive out the Crusaders from the Middle East. The Crusaders, though weakened, clung on to pockets of territories, setting the stage for future conflicts. These setbacks had profound effects. For Saladin, they were personal failures, a blow to his pride and his ambition to unite the Muslim world under a single banner. But more than that, they were setbacks for the Muslim world at large. They undermined the perception of Saladin's invincibility and inspired the Crusaders to rally and launch the Third Crusade. These losses, however, didn't diminish Saladin's stature. On the contrary, they highlighted his resilience and determination. He didn't let defeat deter him from his goals. He continued to fight, to strategize, to dream. His failures were as much a part of his legend as his victories, a testament to his indomitable spirit. In the face of defeat, Saladin remained a symbol of resilience and determination. His story reminds us that even the greatest of heroes are not immune to failure, but it is in how they respond to these failures that their true character is revealed. So what is Saladin's legacy, centuries after his death? As we delve into the annals of history, we find that Saladin's life and strategies paint a vivid picture of a man of honor and strength, a man who was as skilled in diplomacy as he was in warfare. Saladin, with his unyielding commitment to unifying the Muslim world under one banner, was a consummate strategist whose methods continue to inspire modern military tacticians. His triumphs, most notably the recapture of Jerusalem, resonate as potent symbols of resistance and resilience. But perhaps the most enduring aspect of Saladin's legacy lies in his character. Across the Muslim world and the West, he is remembered as a chivalrous and just ruler. His respect for his enemies, his adherence to the principles of justice, and his benevolence in victory have transcended time, becoming the gold standard for leadership. Saladin, a man of war and peace, remains a beacon of leadership and grace even centuries after his death.